In this video, we're going to talk about headers, which are also referred to as headings, and how they are used in the Joomla 3 toolset for editing web pages on the SMCPS system website. So first and foremost, headers are used to label different areas of text and information on a page. They're basically used to divide up content into a more organized format. So we're going to jump in and start messing around with headings/headers right now. You'll need to be logged into your editing account and go to a page that you can edit. You'll notice that there is an edit button in the top right of any page that you can edit, and we're going to go ahead, click on it, and go into editing mode. So if you look at your toolbar, right next to the spell check is the word paragraph with a downward facing arrow. It may also say format instead of paragraph. This is where you're going to access the different header and heading tools. So before we get started, I'm going to talk about 508 compliance. Now, there are users who use what's called a screen reader to help them navigate the internet. And in order to help the screen reader understand the content in a more organized way, it's very important that we use our headers in an organized way. So with our particular website and the template that we're using, the title of our website is taking up the slot of header 1. Then the name of the article or the web page that you are working on, that takes up the slot of header number 2. So any additional headers that you build on your web page will need to start with heading 3. So let's go ahead and get started. In this example, I want to turn the words the Office of Strategic Planning into the first big header on my page. I want to say, hey, this is a section of stuff that's going to be about the Office of Strategic Planning. So you might think that you could select the text and apply the heading and it would be all good. Unfortunately, that is not how the heading tool works. It affects all the text that is in a single line or paragraph of font. So what we have to do is separate the line that we want to be the heading from everything else. And I'm going to just use the Enter key. I'll move my cursor right here. And I'll go ahead and just put OSPC, since that's the abbreviation for this department or office. And now I don't have to select anything. As long as the cursor is on the line, I can go up here and select heading 3, and that will become a level 3 heading. So now, looking at the rest of my content, I might decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to make major responsibilities of this office into a subheader of OSPC. So if OSPC is heading 3, that means the subheader will have to go and be heading 4. So I hit Enter to separate it onto a new line. Then I go up to paragraph and I select heading 4. If I had additional things that I wanted to continue to sort out and divide, I would need to use heading 5. If I had a secondary set of things underneath OSPC, perhaps over here, special functions, I could select special functions and make that also heading 4. So heading 3 is OSPC, and it's talking about responsibilities and functions. Now, maybe I had a page with a tremendous amount of content, and I wanted to divide it up into kind of big, bulky sections. So I might put OSPC additional info. And if I'm starting a new section within that same web page or article, I would jump back to the top of the hierarchy. So this would be a heading 3 again. So you go 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 4. But if every time you start a new kind of bulky section of related content, you got to jump back to the top and go with heading 3. Now, bonus, there is a special format or style that you can apply to your headings that is extremely dynamic, and it's very useful if you have a tremendous amount of content on a single page. It can be used to very dramatically break up that content. And I'm going to show you how to apply that really quick. So after you have a heading 3 level heading, you go ahead and you select it, and then over here you go to Styles, and you're going to go ahead and type section header, and I only even had to hit S and it popped up. So section header, it's going to be blue, and we're going to select that. Alright, now there's a dramatic gray line there, and the font is all capital letters and it's bold and it's blue, but it is currently still selected. You don't want to click off of it yet. We're going to go up here to the 2-letter A's, edit style, and we're going to click it. And in this pop-up window, we are just here to select this one little box in the bottom left-hand corner. So we're going to check this box next to Insert Span at Selection. I want to make sure it's checked. Then we hit Update. And when we click off, we have a very dynamic, very bold way to divide up a web page. And now we could go and add additional content down here. And it's almost like we have a whole another page within a single web page. So hopefully that explains everything you need to know about headers and headings. As always, if you have any additional questions, please reach out to us.